The Daily Raz Show with Jack Wilson.
Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Jack Wilson, and let's see if we can't get a camera up here. I'm going to do a show here, kind of ad lib with some notes. I had a few emails that I went over this morning, and I'm going to answer those. I guess I probably should have looked up the names on them, but I didn't. I'm going to try to do this without, we've got some new equipment coming in, a new teleprompter, so I'm going to have to be reading notes here, and we'll go with that. But I wanted to get on and talk about this guy, what he's been doing and some of the things that have come up. You know, I just couldn't let go of what he said to Catherine Lucy, who is she's a Bloomberg reporter, and on Air Force One, what he said, everybody has seen it. Everyone has seen this. When he called her I think he said something like "quiet piggy." I mean, come on, what is that? What is that? You know, the rest of the reporters. You know, first of all, I hope Michael Bloomberg called this guy to task, and I don't know if he wasn't who he is. Her boyfriend or husband, her father, may have something to say about what this guy said to her. How can anybody be so juvenile? But I guess we already know that from what he has done in the past in using names to call people juvenile names. He's done it in debates. How the hell did this guy become a president of our country? I don't get it. I mean, what is it with people that are supporting this guy? Where does that tell you where your level of intelligence is? Everybody aspires to be a little smarter than they are, most people anyway. This guy is doing everything he can to drive down into the ground. So, I mean, between him and Pete Hegseth acting like a toy soldier, and they need a sandbox. These two guys need a sandbox to play in. It's just bizarre. I don't know. I just don't understand why people support him. I wish anyone that does would have the courage to come on with me and just tell me, or email me. Give me some answers by email. Jack Wilson at dailyraz.com. Send them to me. Tell me why you support this fuck. I don't get it. I just don't get it. If, you know, I've run companies and I've worked in large companies, and if our company president, CEO, CFO was like this, it wouldn't happen. First of all, successful companies do not have morons like this guy. They don't. And I've never worked for a large company that had anyone like this. I never even middle management. I never met anyone like this guy. So, you know, the people that support this guy, I don't really understand. I really do want you to email me. I'd love to sit down and talk to you. But I think I have my own reasons and understandings. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, could it be that they're racists? Could they be bigots? Could they be anti-Semitic? Xenophobes? There's one for you. Nativists? I'm sure of that. Or could it be all of the above? I think the people that support him, somewhere in their hearts, they have one of those or more. That one of those or more to find a way to support this moron. And the people that support him, I mean, it's already been told and known that they talk behind his back. They're afraid of this guy. They are afraid of this guy. And that's what keeps him in power is fear. Nobody respects him. Nobody respects him. I don't respect him. And if you do, I'd like to know why. You got to tell me why. Jack Wilson at dailyraz.com. Send it to me, and I'll read it. And, you know, the other things are that he just can't stop lying. He's you know, I did an article and I did a show, I think, about his 10 years. It's been 10 years of Trump. But kind of calming down a little bit now, but it's been 10 years of Trump. He's never stopped lying. He cannot stop lying. God, 20 years ago when he was on Larry King, he couldn't stop lying about his worth, his net worth, when Forbes proved him wrong time and again, time and again. He's always doubled, tripled, quadrupled whatever he thought his net worth was. And it hasn't changed. So, you know, the thing is, look, so I didn't vote for this guy. I wouldn't even want him as a neighbor. I wouldn't want this guy as a neighbor. And it tells me if I didn't vote for him, but he's there, something is wrong. Something is wrong with the election. And I think the election could have been fake. I really do. I think the election was fake. And just like ABC, CNN, CBS, everything is fake except Fox. Fox isn't fake. We know that. But anyway, based on those facts, that I didn't vote for this guy. I think he's a fake. I think he's a fake president. I don't think he's the real president. I think the whole thing was a scam, allegedly. Allegedly. I think that whole thing was a scam. He's a fake. And look, if he's a fake president, then the cabinet's fake. His whole cabinet is fake, which is the answer. It answers the question, why are they so goofy? I mean, why are they so goofy? Well, the reason they're so goofy is because they're not real. They're fake. It goes on without saying. So I'll tell you who else in my mind is fake. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I've written an article or two about her, and I watched the program on, well, I watched part of it anyway, on 60 Minutes with Leslie Stahl, I think her name is. Anyway, I watched part of that program on 60 Minutes. I don't normally watch a lot of 60 Minutes, but I watched some of that on Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's making her rounds. She's making her rounds. I don't believe a word she says. She even became confrontational with Leslie Stahl. So that might tell you something. She takes offense to the fact that people are telling her, they're kind of questioning her motive, the reality of it, and she became offended, which is the real Marjorie Taylor Greene. Look, this woman is lying through her teeth. She's not going to be an ally of the Democrats, I can tell you that. So they need to be very, very cautious with her. But I think probably most of it after she leaves Congress, I think she's leaving Congress because she's overstayed. And now she can move on to bigger and better things. She says she's not going to go to an elected office, and I kind of believe that. I think she's going to go out in the media sphere. And I think all of this was to give her more opportunity in the mainstream media instead of just going to Fox, because that's pretty limited, you know, to go to Fox or the low wattage stations that some of these guys go to. I mean, you can't even hardly tell and watch the programs because the wattage is so low. However, by doing what she has done, she is going to increase her opportunities in the media sphere and to bigger markets. And I kind of see her doing it. So I would say probably by the middle of next year, you'll see Marjorie Taylor Greene somewhere. But I don't think it's going to be in politics necessarily. I believe her in that. I think she's a hot potato there. But I do think she will clean her image up enough to be into the mainstream media somewhere. Oh, anyway, enough on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Getting back to, we're coming up the holidays. We're going to go through the holidays, and then we are going to ramp up for next year, the midterms. And my suggestion is do what we're going to do. Find your local races, get involved in them. You've got to get involved. You have to get involved with local politics. You can't just sit and wait for the national races. You have to be involved on a local level and get those people elected on the national or local and state level. That's really where it all begins. And we're going to be doing it at dailyraz.com and at globalhug.com. We're going to be getting involved in both of those websites. Excuse me, our mayor race ends today. Finally, they did have a runoff, and it ends today. And we're going to see if the status quo is going to continue, or if we're going to find someone new to try to address the crime problem here in the city. And the Route 66, this iconic road that they've managed to totally screw up for the last, 20 years. They can't seem to get it right. They cannot seem to. I mean, this is an iconic highway. This is a road that America knows, and you'd think it would be decent and clean. It's just a freaking disaster over there. So hopefully, hopefully we get a mayor that is going to be on his mind to get that cleaned up and get crime cleaned up, work on the drug problem. These things never go away completely, but you've got to get some sort of handles on them so you can maneuver them and do something with it. But just to sit there and let it watch it, let it happen, no, that has got to stop. So on a sports note, I knew everybody saw the Big Ten game. I guess if you're into sports, you would have watched that, because that was almost what you would call a national championship game. It was number 1 and number 2. Number 1, Ohio State, number 2, Indiana. Now it's number 1, Indiana, number 2, Ohio State. What a game. I won't go into a lot of details. It was all defense. That's really what the game was all about. And look, Curt Cignetti, I think this is his second year. I'm not 100%. But this guy's good. He is phenomenal. And he has built a football organization at Indiana. They've never been number 1, never won a national championship. And, if it can be done, it's going to be done this year. I mean, he is just, his mind is just there, and his players, and the whole school, the whole state, Indiana, is like Ohio State. Their mind is number 1 in national championship. I make Indiana and Ohio State the teams to beat for all of the 12 that are going to be playing. But I wish I could say Ohio State and wish I could wish them to win, but I favor Indiana on this. I kind of see them making it happen. They are just so pumped, and if they can play without making mistakes, look, I kind of see Indiana making this thing happen. But I hope Ohio State does. I really do. But I think this is Indiana's year. I really do. And the Heisman, I think it's going to go to their quarterback. I guess it'll probably be between he and Sayan. I can't really say for sure. I'm saying the statistics are phenomenal. So, no, I take that back. I think Sayan will get the Heisman. I kind of go with him on the Heisman. So enough of sports. We've covered quite a bit here in a short period of time because I've got another show behind this. And so I was talking to a friend in Santa Fe, and we were talking about some of the things that I'm doing, the shows and that, and the writing. I've been really busy, and I need to get back to dailyraz.com, and I've got articles in the queue, and I need to get them finished up and get them on. But we were talking about doing shows, and he said, what you should do is a show on how hard it is, how difficult it is to start a business, and use some of my businesses that I've started as examples. And these are not large corporations, although I have worked in them and managed large businesses. We're talking about people that want to start their own business. And do they have a real concept of it? What's involved? What it takes? Where do you go? How do you start? Where do you start at? And I'm going to tell you, there are a couple of fundamental things that I learned a long time ago from business people that I helped start up their businesses, and they were very successful. And some of those things that I learned from them and picked up from them, I used every time, and they work. So, anytime you can learn from someone, you should. And I have, like, everybody knows one of my sayings, what is the shortest route to success is copy someone that's successful. If they're successful, copy it and do it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You want to put a twist on it or something that you have an idea maybe, but when you start reinventing the wheel, that's where you run into problems. And again, now, see, I'm already taking off on some of the things that I would talk about. For example, just on this, the businesses that I created and sold, some of them didn't last. And why? They bought a successful business, but guess what they did? What they wanted to do was put their own spin on it. They wanted to. So, and what did they do? They took the business and undid it. They undid the business. Well, why didn't you just go start one? Why didn't you just start one rather than buy the successful ones that I had? And that's one of the things that I would talk about. So, so I told him, I said, you know what? That's a great idea. And it would be quite long, probably at least a couple of hours. I might have to do it in segments. But yeah, there's a lot of information that I could put out there that would work on just about any business concept that someone has, but they just don't know how to get started. To get over that first hump. Will it work? Will it work? That's a big question. You never know till you try. And the other thing was, but anyway, we're talking. I said, yes, I think I will do that. I'll work on that. But we still need to work because I made some promises to other people on a couple of emails that we were going to do a couple shows on New Mexico and Santa Fe and the travels out here. And I still have to do that. We do have the outlines for it, but like I mentioned earlier, we had some problems with some equipment, so we've got some new equipment ordered. When it comes in, we'll probably do that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us. And if you get a chance, go over to dailyraz.com, to my blogs. You can go over there and make comments. Anybody that wants to and objects to my things I say about Trump, go to Jack Wilson at dailyraz.com. Send me an email. Tell me why you like the guy, because I don't. And so thanks for joining us. Again, see you on dailyraz.com, and catch us on our next podcast. Thanks for joining us.